Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Winter's Tale and we get to hear from Hermione again today in Act 3, Scene 2. Now, Hermione is on trial for a slew of crimes that she didn't commit, including sleeping with Polixenes, giving birth to Polixenes' child, conspiring with Camillo to help Polixenes leave the city, and conspiring with Camillo to kill Leontes. And when all of these charges are read out, and bear in mind, she also just gave birth to a baby girl who was born premature in prison, and she's barely gotten a chance. This might have just happened like a day or two ago, so she's definitely dealing with like some postpartum stuff while all of this is going on. Anyway, so she got a chance to take the stand. She heard the charges read out loud, and she's like, I'm not guilty of any of this, but of course you're not going to believe me. And Leontes is like, yeah, that's what everybody's supposed to say. And in her monologue yesterday, she basically said, like, you know me better than anyone. I loved Polixenes the way that I was supposed to as a queen, with him being head of state. I only showed him the honor and love and respect that he deserved as king and as your very good friend. And I would like you to give me one specific example of something that I did that was out of line, because I don't know of any. And by the way, Camillo's just a good guy. I have no idea what your problem is with him. So Leontes is like, he comes back with, you know that you are guilty of this and this and this. And she's like, I don't even understand what you're saying anymore. You're speaking a foreign language, because none of these accusations make any sense. And he's like, you slept with Polixenes, you gave birth to Polixenes' child, you helped Camillo escape, you and Camillo were plotting to kill me, and for all of these crimes, what you should expect is death. And Hermione says, sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast, the innocent milk in its most innocent mouth, hauled out to murther. Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet. With immodest hatred, the childbed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here, to this place, in the open air, before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive, that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet hear this, mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free. If I shall be condemned upon surmises, all proof sleeping else but what your jealousies awake, I tell you, 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge. So he threatens her with death, and she's like, bring it. Basically is what she says. She's like, I don't have anything worth living for. You don't love me anymore, and I don't know why. My first child has been taken away from me, and I'm not allowed to see him, as if I was diseased. My second child was ripped from my breast almost immediately after I gave birth to her and taken out to be killed. You're calling me a strumpet in front of everybody. I haven't had an opportunity to heal from the fact that I just gave birth, which every woman, no matter her station in life, should have the chance to rest and recover a little bit after giving birth. And then she's like, and to top it all off, now I'm brought here in front of everybody when I'm tired and exhausted and confused and don't have strength to fight. So why exactly should I want to live? Why should I fear death? And she's like, if I'm gonna die, what I really want is my honor put back in place. Because if you're gonna, like, you're condemning me based on your imagination, even though all of the proof says that you are wrong and I am innocent. So then she turns to everybody else and says, let's see what the oracle has to say. Because remember, Cleomenes and Dion were sent to the oracle at Delphi to get word from Apollo. So, and they had gone, and Apollo's priest like wrote down the answer and sealed it in an envelope and sent them back. So when she says, Apollo be my judge, they're like, okay, let's bring in Cleomenes and Dion. So they do, and those two swear that they got the envelope directly from Apollo's priest, and they haven't opened it since. They swear, it's sort of like the swearing on the Bible thing, like, we promise this testimony is true. They open up the envelope, and what the oracle at Delphi has said is that Hermione is chaste, Polixenes is innocent, Camilla was a good guy, Leontes is a tyrant, the baby that was just born is Leontes. You know, all the stuff that we as the audience know. The oracle is totally on Hermione's side. And you can almost imagine everybody like breathing. I can imagine Hermione like breathing at this moment. And Leontes is like, is that really what it says? That's not what it says. That's not true. Yeah, that's false. That's lies. You tampered with it somehow. So he starts berating. He's about to go off on the fact that all of this stuff from the oracle is false. Meanwhile, everybody is like, what is, like, he said he was going to listen to what the oracle had to say. And then a messenger comes running in and says, my lord, it's your son. He's gone. And Leontes is like, what do you mean gone? Where did he go? And they said, no, he died. He was so distraught over what's going on with his mother that Mamilius, the like 7-year-old kid, dies. At which point Hermione also passes out. She swoons and faints. And then Leontes is going to have a little bit to say, and we'll hear that tomorrow. So yeah, for a comedy, we're getting pretty dark now. We've had a 7-year-old die. We've had, like, Leontes has lost his mind. He's not listening to reason. He's not listening to the oracle. None of that. And poor Hermione is fighting not even for her life anymore, but for her honor. Her children have been stolen from her, and then one of them dies. Yeah, but this is a comedy, so hang in there. But anyway, we'll hear some more from Leontes tomorrow. Come on back for that. Mwah.